Well, pay attention, boys and girls. This is very important. Make sure you listen till the end. After the $300 million weapons deal, which was announced a few weeks ago between Armenia and India, Armenia is now considering more deals with India and acquiring surveillance and suicide drones, along with mid-range surface-to-air missile systems like the Akash. As part of his working visit to India, Armenian Defense Minister Suren Papikyan met with Indian Defense Minister Shri Rajnath Singh. Bilateral military and military technical cooperation was discussed. They both also expressed satisfaction with the current level of cooperation and the possibility to expand even more relations between India and Armenia. Armenia's defense minister thanked India's clear position in international platforms about the situation created as a result of Azerbaijan's direct aggression against Armenia. Papikyan also visited the Defense Expo in Gandhinagad, where he got acquainted with the presented exhibits and talked with the heads of multiple companies. These new drones from India will be crucial for Armenia to protect its borders from its genocidal neighbors. If Armenia can strike a deal with India and receive the BrahMos missile, now that would be a game changer. The BrahMos is the fastest cruise missile in the world, traveling at supersonic speeds, and can take out targets deep into enemy territory. The BrahMos in Armenia's arsenal, along with these new drones, and Armenia will regain its territorial integrity from these aggressive bullies immediately. India has been showing how they are an honorable country and a true friend to Armenia. India is stepping in to provide Armenia with proper self-defense weapons when Russia isn't. And to think, we have a mutual defense deal with Russia? The Russians aren't coming to help Armenia in any way whatsoever. They're the ones who are sabotaging Armenia and weakening our borders. During the 2020 war, Russia told the rest of the world to stay out of the conflict, since these were two post-Soviet countries and Russia would be the mediator between the two. So the world stayed out of it, while Armenia was being attacked by every weapon possible. Drones, rockets, missiles, white phosphorus munitions, Turkish soldiers directly fighting alongside Azerbaijan, mercenaries transferred from Syria through Turkey, and Russia wasn't the mediator between these two countries. Russia was the orchestrator. I'll say it now, India is Armenia's only true friend, unlike other countries who merely show concern when Armenia's borders are being invaded by aggressive neighbors. India shows action and is providing Armenia with weapons that we desperately need. Don't listen to what people say, listen to what they do. Russia sends more arms to Azerbaijan than it does to Armenia. And while America is now beginning to show interest in Armenia, let's remember, they provide millions of dollars to Azerbaijan's army, and they provide zero to Armenia's. Armenia needs weapons, advanced weapons. It's not as if Armenia is going to use these weapons to go and blow up Baku or start another war. We're trying to protect our own borders, our own land that's been Armenian land for thousands of years. Azeris are already in Armenia, right now. These weapons aren't used for aggression, they're used for self-defense. Azerbaijan has been acquiring more and more weapons from Israel, one of their closest allies, and the talks of Azeris wanting peace is just an illusion. Ceasefires are broken daily. Just yesterday, during nightly observations and analysis on Armenia's eastern borders, it's becoming more obvious that Azerbaijan is now firing at their own posts, creating an impression that the Armenian side is firing on one of their positions, and then beginning to open fire from different caliber weapons towards Armenia, as if they're the ones responding to Armenia's fire. This was observed clearly through night optic surveillance. This is the game that Azerbaijan plays, and this is why Armenia won't have peace until we have the proper weapons to protect our borders. Armenia has already agreed to open a road with 3 checkpoints to allow Azerbaijan to cross the Armenian border into Nakhchivan. Aliyev and Azerbaijan have refused it. There's still thousands missing from the First Karabakh War, including hundreds of POWs. There's nothing left for Armenia to give. The only solution is a stronger military and weapons. Well, pay attention, boys and girls. This is very important. Make sure you listen till the end. French President Emmanuel Macron accused Russia of purposefully provoking the recent clashes between Armenia and Azerbaijan. He claims that Putin and Russia are destabilizing the Caucasus region and beyond. Speaking to France 2 TV, Macron said Russia is the mastermind between Azerbaijan's aggression towards Armenia. Macron also stated that the Russians have used this conflict, which dates back several centuries, and played Azerbaijan's game along with Turkey to weaken Armenia. Putin and Aliyev both responded by calling these statements unacceptable, and Putin also said that Macron shows a lack of understanding of the course of the conflict. Actually, I think Macron understands exactly what's going on, and I also believe he's absolutely correct. Azerbaijan is the offspring of Russia and Turkey. The country was artificially created. It's now just a vessel for Russia to transfer gas to the West. Our Armenian soldiers will not keep dying for your greed. Aliyev and Putin don't care about the Azeri casualties. Just in the September attack alone, the Azeri side lost over 400 troops. It doesn't matter to Aliyev. His soldiers are disposable, but ours aren't. It's time to get out of Armenia and stay out of Armenia. There's nothing here for you. Keep transferring your gas to the west through Georgia. The Azeri embassy in Washington, D.C. is claiming that one of their vehicles was vandalized by Armenian terrorists. They claim the back window of the vehicle was broken and that the Armenian group Asala is responsible for the attack. Asala was an Armenian group in the 80s, but I guess they've re-emerged to vandalize Azeri car windows. These Azeri diplomats don't want this to be investigated by actual law enforcement. I can guarantee you that. Because the investigation is going to show that A, they vandalized the car themselves to blame it on Armenians, or B, it was vandalized by a random person living on the street. Without any evidence or information at all, Azeris are putting the full blame on Armenia.